Catherine. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I think I'm all right.
Yeah? What's going on? What brought you in today?
Well, I went to the doctor's last week, and I had my hemoglobin A1C drawn and my cholesterol, and I found out that my hemoglobin A1C is down, but I'm flirting with being diagnosed with diabetes, and my cholesterol is all inverted with the good and the bad, and I think there's the ugly in there too. And I'm here because I know what's coming down the path is being diagnosed with diabetes, and I have been struggling with a plan for physical activity and diet change for the last 3 years, and I just haven't been able to pull it together.
So you have some goals for your health that you want to meet.
I do.
And you have a plan.
I do.
Tell me about your plan.
Well, my plan is to, on the 4th of June, is to start swimming. 30 minutes, 5 days a week, and Monday through Friday, make it part of my job. And just get going with it. I haven't been able to get off the dime with this plan, and I feel like I'm stuck.
What about, why June 4th? What's significant
because I'm going to graduate on the 2nd with a degree.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Must have been a lot of hard work.
It has been. But it's during this 3-year period, I've maintained the same weight. Actually, there was a period of time where I was weighed a little more, but then I changed my job and I walk all day long.
Oh, okay.
So I've lost weight. So I see the benefits of exercise. It's just I haven't gotten the full amount, and I am scared to death at my age that my pancreas is going to give out and I'm going to end up being diabetic, and I'm going to be screwed physically for the rest of my life because I chose for 3 years to not exercise, or I just couldn't get to it.
You're worried that if you don't make the change now, it's going to impact you forever.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. I mean, it's great. You have this wonderful degree, but then you're sick and you can't, or you're diabetic, and then everything just goes down the tubes because you didn't take care of yourself.
So all of this work that you've done would have been wasted.
I don't know that it's been wasted. It's not how I'd like it to go, though. I'd like to have a parallel level of success.
How would you like it to go? If things were to turn out the way that you hope that they will, what does that look like?
Well, I think that would mean, or what I've thought about for the last 3 years is I keep putting these plans together, then I don't seem to be able to accomplish them. It would be swimming. I really like to swim full-time, Monday through Friday, and just go and swim for 30 to 40 minutes a day, and first starting at 30 and then going to 40, and just getting really physically active. I mean, that's what I'd like to do. I've thought about this on and off for 3 years.
And what kind of impact would you being able to implement that plan? What kind of impact would you see in your life?
Oh, I think I'd feel a lot better. I'd feel a lot better because I wouldn't be going into the doctor's office and lying through my teeth. Oh yeah, I was exercising 3 to 5 times a week, and I wasn't.
So you could be honest with your physician.
Well, I could be honest with myself first, rather than just with my physician. I mean, she's important, and there's a sense of accountability there, but at the same time, it's what's important to me. I've taken this time to invest in myself, and now I need to be honest with myself and invest more in myself physically. Yeah, that's what.
And you feel like you haven't been able to be honest with yourself over the last 3 years?
No, I keep coming up with these plans, and then, you're up reading until 11 or 12 o'clock at night, or you get stuck with a shift, or you have to stay late, or you've got class, or you've got your internship, and then by the time you get home, you're dead because you already worked 40 hours and then there's another 15 on top of that. And it's like, well, I think if I got into a pool in the last 3 years, it was pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
Or walked. That was the other thing. I love to walk, but it was like not as regular.
Yeah.
I mean, it was either reading or walking, and I didn't get the class that taught me how to read and walk.
Yeah.
And not run into things.
I don't think many of us took that class.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you had a lot on your plate over the last 3 years.
I have.
And being able to balance your work and your schooling has been a really big accomplishment.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Something a lot of people wouldn't be able to do.
Oh, I'd never thought of it that way.
Yeah. But because you've had so much going on, these plans for your health have always been on the back burner.
Well, it's depressing. They just keep getting pushed back, and it's like, ugh.
You're starting to feel like they just wouldn't ever be able to be accomplished.
They'll never come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, ooh. Yeah, I'm just hoping that, this is going to come and I'm going to I have everything. I have the swimsuit. I have the swim fins. I have the goggles. I have the snorkel because I don't like to swim without being able to breathe all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like great, but I just want to get there. I'm hoping that I get there on the 4th of June and get going with this.
So you've made a solid plan.
I have. I even know how much the membership's going to cost.
You've mapped
I have
it
the
out.
schedule.
You've planned it.
Yep.
You've prepared for it.
I have.
And you're still scared that you won't be able to make it
But
happen.
I'm not going to get up at 5:15 in the morning and get there.
Is getting up early for you a problem typically?
No, not really. I've been doing it for years. It's just I hope that I can really do it. Really, like, okay, this is it. This is the icing on the cake part now, after 3 years.
Now you finally get to do these.
Right,
things.
and I've done it in the past.
You've been successful before.
Oh yeah.
Well, what did that look like?
Oh gosh, it was great. I mean, this is before graduate school. I was probably swimming close to an hour a day, and walking in between, like 3 to 5 miles
Wow.
a day. Yeah,
Wow,
that was
that's
great.
Impressive.
Yeah.
So how long ago was that you were doing that sort of thing?
Probably 5 years ago, and then for right up until graduate school, and then the wheels kind of came off the bus during that period of time.
So what caused you to initiate that plan 5 years ago?
Oh, just to take care of myself. Actually, it really was about and not wanting to be diabetic,
So kind of similar to where you are now.
Right. Not wanting, just always kind of worried about, because my brother's diabetic, my mother's diabetic, my dad's not alive. He would be diabetic, I'm positive, but no, he's dead from cancer. And then my uncle was diabetic, my aunt was diabetic, all type 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, everybody. I have a sister, but she's still pretty young. And then being overweight is real classic in my family too. I mean, it's just like, oh, you might as well just put your hand up. Yes, I'm overweight and diabetic.
So these health things are very real for you.
Right, and I work in the health profession. I mean, it's so hard to stand there and say to someone, oh, I know you're struggling with this, and then you have the roundest little cheeks in the world yourself, and oh yeah, it's
feeling hypocritical.
Exactly. Yeah, you do. And then I also don't like to lie to my doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, she's there. Doctors are there for a reason. They do what they do for a reason, and they do care. And I know I'm just like, so she's given me 6 months to get it together before I fit into a certain criteria at my age, to take another 6 months before she puts me on any cholesterol medication.
Oh.
So I have to really demonstrate in this next 6 months that I mean,
That you can do it.
that, well, not only that I can do it, but that it's gonna be effective. And so I have to do the exercise and eat right, and I'm just hoping that the two, I can do the two.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said I could, and I'm, just need some reinforcement with doing that, or figuring that out.
So going back to when you were successful before,
Uh-huh.
what helped you to be successful before?
Well, I think it was the time. It really was having the time. I had the time then. And that's not something I've had. And I think this time I will be successful because I'm going to have time again.
So before you were working 40 hours a week?
And that was fine. I mean, I could do that with my eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have time in the morning, yeah, I was.
So your life in a couple of weeks, starting on June 4th, will look similar to how it was 5 years ago when you were able to be successful.
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping so.
You still sound like you're not quite sure that it'll work, though.
Well, I think it's probably well, I think it will. I think it will.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will. I know I sound that way, but on the inside I'm thinking, actually I've kind of, through talking this out with you, it's kind of like, well, I think this could work. It did before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember the successful periods.
Mm-hmm.
I swam all over the country in different pools and places and traveled, and it was always something I could do. So I don't see why it can't happen this time, though I am concerned just because it's been so many years, but it is important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And before, when you were successful, how did that affect your blood tests and things?
Oh, they were better.
Yeah.
Oh, my cholesterol's always been like wacky. I just don't get that. But then my mom's has been, so I think there's a genetic predisposition there. But it was better. It wasn't as wacky. Mine's just like inverted, the good with the bad and the bad with the good.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm going to work on that with diet. So I know it's a combination of things, combination of diet and exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So, but go ahead.
Do you have a plan in place for the diet piece then too?
No, I'm going to try and just eat the way I do. I perimeter shop at the grocery store. I don't use canned foods so they're low and I don't use canned foods. I know that I'm going to eat out less because I'm not in school, for convenience.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I just kind of see some other, I guess I kind of do have a plan. It's not like, I'm going to go join Weight Watchers or something like that, but I've done that before and I've not been successful with that. So, but I think I can, I'm going to try first to implement the full-time exercise and eat the way I have been eating, which.
So maintaining that
Yes.
same eating pattern at
Right.
first,
Right.
and to see how much of an impact the exercise
Mm-hmm.
really helps with you getting to those goals, and then making adjustments and other changes as you need to.
I'm open to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just need to have one success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One success, that'll help you in what way? If you can see one thing to be successful, what would that do for you?
Well, it's one success.
Well, how would that help you get to other successes?
Oh, well, I think, it would build my confidence.
And confidence is kind of where you're
Probably a little weak on the confidence as far as the following through, and confidence in myself and following through and saying, oh, I can do this. Because I put together so many plans over the last 3 years that have just gone to pot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You were successful 5 years ago when you had a
Yes.
similar lifestyle to what you're looking at starting in June.
Right.
And you've identified that your main barriers over the last 3 years have really been the time and really the energy that it would take to really just the time. I mean, it's not so much the energy, but if you get home at the end of the day at 9 o'clock and you're exhausted, then the last thing you want to do is try and find a pool that's open. But it's the timing issue, really.
It is time. It has been time. I don't have children at home. Excuse me.
Well, that definitely frees up a lot of time.
It does. So I don't have, oh, my session's over.
Yeah, it is. All right.